Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lesson, I'm going to give you the solution for the second homework, which is this beautiful bird logo. So our homework was, I wanted you to create a bird just like this one in the left side, color it and create something similar. I give you all of these things, the ready bird and also the color palette. In the right, we have the golden ratio of the bird. All we have to do is to use the shape builder tool to combine and remove the parts to create the bird shape. Select all of the circles, go to the shape builder tool, and now we are going to combine stuff and remove the stuff that we don't want. So I want to combine this area and all of this area as well. Okay, let's add this part as well. I will zoom in and then add this part to this area. Then press on the Alt and remove this area, just like this. Now I will go ahead and remove all of the parts that we don't want. I'm pressing on the Alt and then click on the lines like this. And don't forget that you are using the Shape Builder tool. Press on the Alt to remove this one. Let's remove this area as well. Remove this one and this area. And then I want to combine this together. Okay, and just like this we created the bird body. Now all we have to do is to make it a bit bigger and then color it and make it as artistic as we can. I will move the peak to this area a bit. Then zoom in and see if you have any extra lines or extra stuff. Remove it if you have them. Just make sure that your lines are perfect. Okay, our design now, it looks fine. The next thing we're going to do is to work on the flex of the bird, and we're going to work with the first one, which is this one, the big one. The first thing, I'm going to color it. Click on it, press I, and get the color from this area. I'm going to get this color. And now we have it colored. But if you zoom in, you can see that you have an extra line over here. I'm going to select it and remove that. When you're using Shape Builder tool, many times you will have these extra lines and extra edges. So make sure that you remove them when you see them. Now the next thing, I'm going to use the ellipse tool. I'll create a big circle. To make a perfect circle, press on the Shift and Alt together. Just like this, create your circle. And now press V for the selection tool and you're going to move it over here. Something like this. If you want to see it better, go to the view and then outline, or press on the Command or Control Y. Like this, we will only see the lines and we can work more precisely. Here we want different shades of orange on this flag. That's why I created this circle, an orange circle, and I'm going to combine it with the flag. Here I will make it a bit bigger and make sure that it's aligned with the flag. Then I will make a copy of this circle. We are going to use it later. And now select on the circle and the flag together. You can do that by pressing on the Shift and select both of them. Then go to the Shape Builder tool, press on the Alt to remove that part. Now we've combined the circle and the flag together. Now you will do the same thing again to make another part. Make sure it's aligned with the flag. And then you are going to combine it with the flag. But before we do that, I'm going to make another copy of this circle because we are going to use it later. Now I'll just make sure that it's aligned with the flag, with the other parts of the flag. Now select the circle and the flag, then go to the Shape Builder tool, then press on the Alt and click on this area to remove it. And now we create another part for the flag. I'll make a copy of this circle, bring it over here to make another part. Make sure that it is aligned. The process is the same. Make sure it's aligned. Just like this. Then select it, select the circle and then the flag under it. Then go to the Shape Builder tool, press on the Alt and remove this area. Now we need to create around 7 parts. It doesn't need to be exactly the same, but it will be nicer if it's more parts. So I'm going to make another part, just like this. Make sure it's aligned. And then we're going to select this part and this circle. I am pressing Shift to select both of them, then go to the Shape Builder tool, press Alt and remove this area. Now we are almost there. I'm going to go out of the outline, go to the view, then click on the preview or Command Y. Then we are going to color the parts that we just created. So we have this part. I'm going to press I and get this color. Then go to the other part, press I and get this one. Then for the other one, press I and get this color. As you can see, we need more parts for this flick to look nicer. I'll go to the shape tool and create another circle just like this and fit it over here. But I need to go to the outline mode to see it better. Let's fix it like this and then go to the view, make it outline. Now it's a bit like a mess. I'm going to remove this line, this one and this one. And then I'm going to fit this with the other parts just like this. Then click on the Shift and select both of them, go to the Shape Builder tool, remove this part. Now I'm going to create another circle. And then fit it just like this. Okay, now select it with this one. And then go to the Shape Builder tool. Sorry, I didn't select them. Select them like this, go to the Shape Builder tool, and then press on the Alt and remove this part. Now we have two extra parts. Go to the preview, and we are going to color them. Now we have a few extra parts. I'm going to color them. Let's select this one, press on the I, and we are going to get this color. Then select this one, press I and get this yellow. Just like this, we are done with this wing and the flex of the bird. Now we will go to the tail. Let me zoom in. As I told you before, when you're working with Shape Builder tool, you may have some extra lines like this. Make sure to remove them. Now let's select our shape and then press I and get this color. You can get it from the sample that I created, or you can get it from the color palette that I have it here. As you can see, we have some other extra lines in the tail. I'm going to remove it. Just select it and remove. I'm going to the outline mode and then move the tail a bit. Over here we have an extra line. Click on it and remove, delete it. And now make sure you fit it to its place again. Let's go to the preview mode. Now make sure that the tail is in its position. I will make it very close, zoom in just like this, and make sure that it is in its right position. And then you are going to do the same thing that we did for the wing. You are going to create a circle and then fit it over here. I will go to the outline mode so I can see it better, but let's make it smaller first. Something like this will be good. Okay, now let's go to the outline mode, view, then outline. Now I'll press on the Alt and make a copy of the circle because you are going to use it. Now select both of the circle and the tail, go to the Shape Builder tool, press Alt and remove it like this. Now I'll make another copy of the circle, bring it over here, make sure it's fitting with the other parts of the flick, which is in the tail. We want around 4 parts, I think, to make this shaded turquoisey. Now select this part and this circle, go to the Shape Builder tool. But before I do that, I want to make a copy of this circle. You will need it later. Now click on the circle and the part. Press on the Shift, select the circle, Sorry. Okay, now go to the shape builder tool, press on the Alt to remove this part. Let's do it again. I'll bring this circle over here. Make sure it's fitting with the other parts. Select both of them, but before I do that, I will make a copy of it. Then select this one and this one. Then go to the shape builder tool, press on the Alt and remove this part. Let's make the last part, which will be this one. Bring this circle over here. Select both of them. Go to the shape builder tool and press Alt to remove this part. Okay, perfect. Now we created the shades for the tail as well. Let's go to the preview mode. I'll go to the view and then preview mode or Command Y. Then click on the parts, this part, press I and get the color from here. Or actually I'm going to get my colors from the tail. I'll get it from here. This version of the homework, the colors are not distributed right, but I will make sure that the file that I give you has the right distribution of the turquoise. So right now I'm getting the colors from the tail of the example that I created before. And by the way, you can also get the color from the example that I gave you. You don't need to use a color palette if you don't want to. Great, now we created the wing and the tail. Now let's go to the face and the peak. For the face and the peak, we are going to create some shades for them as well. I will select this circle first, press I and get this color. And then for this part, this one, I'm going to press I and get the color, the same one. Then we have this extra line over here. I'm going to click on it, press delete to remove it, just like this. And then the peak, I'm going to make it a bit taller. Click on it and make it taller like this and move it to the right side a bit. Now I will press on the Control or Command with the square bracket to move it back. We want it to be behind the head, just like this. Okay, we are good like this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to create the shades for the head. So you want some shades from this area and to the top. Right now the head is already two-part. I'm going to change the color for this one. Click on it, come over here to the fill, and you are going to change the color like this. I'm sorry, I'm touching the colors a bit. In the next section you are going to go to the colors in details. So now I just created another circle. We are going to combine it with the head, just like what we did with the tail and the wing. Now we have the circle and this part. Select both of them. Press on the shift to select both of them, then go to the shape builder tool. And we are going to press on the I to remove this part. Now we have another part. We are going to change the color for this as well to make some shades. Actually, I'm going to make this darker and this part lighter. We're going to change these colors later. And as you can see, we have an extra line over here. I'm going to remove it. And there is another one over here. I'm going to remove it. Click on it and delete. Okay, it was not one part, it was around 3 parts together. So now we created some shades for the head. Let's create another circle. For sure, I'm going to use the ellipse tool. I'll move it over here, then go to the view, make it outline so you can see it better. I'll make it smaller and move it over here. You want another shade in this side. I'm just trying to find the best position for this one. Well, actually I need to make it smaller. No, it's not working like this. Let's make it smaller like this one, and then move it over here. Let's move it up a bit. And I think this is something that I would like to have. Then we are going to select both of this new circle and the one in the background. Oh, sorry, I didn't select all of them. Make sure that you select the new circle and the one behind it, then go to the shape builder tool, press on the Alt to remove these areas and this one as well. Perfect. Now go to the view and we are going to change the view mode to the preview and then change the color for this one. I'm going to make it darker. And like this, we created shades on the face. Now let's go to the ellipse tool, make a circle like this. We are going to make this the eye. I will use the same color of the wing. Something like this. I think this color is good. Press on the Alt and make another copy. Move it over here. Press I and get the color from this area. And then another copy, just like this, and get the color from here. Okay. I think they're a bit too far away from each other. I'm going to make them closer, just like this, and move them over here. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the peak. I'm going to change the color to this gray, a very light gray. And then you're going to disable the stroke. Click on the color and click on this area. Now I'm going to use the rectangle tool to create the shades for the peak. I'm going to rotate it a bit like this. Go to the outline mode so you can see it better. Let's rotate it from this area and move it up a bit. Make sure it's fitting with the peak, just like this. I think we are good. Now select both of the rectangle and the peak. Go to the shape builder tool and remove this area. Now let's create another shape. And let's rotate it a bit. Just like this, we created another shade. Now you are going to select the peak with the new rectangle, go to the shape builder tool, press on the Alt and remove this area. Now let's go to the view mode, the preview mode. And we are going to select this one and send it back with the command and square bracket, or control and square bracket. Let's change the color of this one. We want to make it shaded peak, so this one will be the darkest. And let's send it back. Press on the command or control with the square bracket to send it back. So just like this, we created this beautiful peak as well. Instead of using the rectangle, you could use the pen tool as well, but I didn't want to cover this because we didn't cover the pen tool yet. So now let's play with the head a bit more. I want to make some circles around the eye. We are going to use the shape tool and create an ellipse around the eyes, just like this. And then I'm going to change the color to a bit of the lighter purple. Press on the command or control with the square bracket to send it back. I'm going to make another copy. Control C, Control F to paste it in the place, then press on the Shift and Alt together and make it smaller like this, and then make the color a bit lighter. Just like this, we added some more details to the head. Perfect, now you can select everything and make it bigger. And just like this, we created this beautiful bird logo. Hope you enjoyed and learned something new. I will see you in the next section. We will be covering everything about the appearance and we will have some very exciting exercise there. I'll see you in the next section. Bye bye.